All right, so we're talking now about the holiness of God. And what do we mean by when we say God is holy? Okay, holy means he's separate. He is separated from, he is different, he is set apart. There is not a concept of sin or evil in him. So by definition, he is in a class all his own. That class is holy. To be set apart like that, because of his holiness, he cannot be in the presence of sin. So if we start looking at Scripture and we start understanding what is this holiness and all that we're talking about, 1 John 1:5, this is the message we have heard from him and declared you to God. God is light. In him there is no darkness at all. So there we get an attribute of what it is to be holy. There is no darkness at all. If we look at how God is the only one that is holy, Isaiah 57:15, for this is what the high and lofty one says, he who lives forever, whose name is holy. So, in essence, in the fall, what ended up happening is God in his holiness actually had to put a wall of separation between him and man. Why? Because if he didn't, his holiness would literally obliterate everything around him. So this idea of this holiness means that we have this God who is set apart. He is unique. There is but one.
Let's go.
So building off what Brother Mike said, we're here to talk about the eternity and the immutability of God. And so if we just start at a base level, what we're talking about, a God who always has been, always will be, and is continuously the same in his nature and in his attributes. So we just lay that as the foundation, as a secondary step from where Brother Mike came. When we talk about the word eternal, it is used in two senses of the Bible. One sense is figuratively, which denotes his existence, which may have a beginning, but will have no end. So that's figuratively. When we talk about literally, it denotes his existence, which has neither a beginning or an ending. Like that of God, time has passed, present and future. Eternity doesn't have any of that. So eternity is an infinite duration without any beginning, end, or limit. It's an ever-abiding present. I'm going to say that again. God is an ever-abiding present. So when we try to conceive eternity only as duration, which is indefinitely extended from the present moment in two directions, or to the past and as to the future. So God is. I'm going to do this again. God is, with continual dots. So it is duration without beginning or end. It is existence without bounds or dimension. It is present without past or future. It is eternity. His eternity is youth without infancy or old age, life without birth or death, today without yesterday or tomorrow. We've got three scriptures that can help support this conversation. Habakkuk 1:12 says, art thou not from everlasting, O Lord my God, mine holy one? Psalms 90:2 says, before the mountains were brought forth, or even thought about, be informed of the earth and the world, even from everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. Psalms 102:24-27 said, I said, oh my God, take me not away in the midst of my days. Thy years are throughout all generations. Of old thou hast laid the foundations of the earth, and the heavens are the work of thy hands.
This is a dismal illustration on my part to explain the attributes of God. And that all these letters in here represent an attribute that theologians put out and put big long names to, that we might come to an understanding of how God displays himself in the scriptures. The three O's stand for omnipresence, omnipotence, and omnipresent and omniscience, meaning omni, meaning all. It's all powerful, all presence, all knowledge, all knowing. The I stands for the fact that God is immutable. He cannot, will not change. The V stands for God is truth. He is, in his veracity, he is infinite. He cannot lie. He cannot do anything but tell the truth.